Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, as the title suggests, which most people at this point, even weeks before, knew what it was, but just for shits and giggles, Aristotle Dumas is Cain Ashby on Young and Restless, which, again, I think most people kind of figured it out. I love how Victor sat there and tried to act like he knew the whole time when everyone else was like, "Oh, come on, man, where's Aristotle?" And he was like, "You are Aristotle Dumas." Yeah, I get it. They want to frame him like he's the smartest person in the room, but let's not let's not do that today. We got a lot to talk about, people. We talk about all the soap operas. You know what they are. As you're coming in, make sure you do hit the like button because it really does help. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. I actually think I kind of started on time. Ryan, aka G's friends in the chat. How you doing tonight? Blackmon is in the chat. How are you doing tonight? Make sure the links are there. If I get a chance, I'm gonna do the Young and the West. I'm gonna do the Beyond the Gates review afterwards. It was not enough time to do it right then and there. And again, I don't like the rush reviews. This one was a little bit more of a complex review to do. So if I get a chance, I'll do it after I'm done. Yeah. And Ryan says, "I'm excited about tonight. I feel like you and I are on the exact same page when it comes to the Sasha situation." Yeah, I can't with Sasha. I can with Sasha when she sat there and said, "Well, I have every right to judge you, Willow." I was like, "Oh, this chick done lost her goddamn mind." Doing good, Black Man. I am doing good. I made it. This is a long week, and I felt like I haven't streamed in like 3 days, even though I think it's only two. But yeah, I felt like I haven't actually streamed in like 3 days. That's because work has been a little more busier when people have vacation time, and so I had to fill in a lot of spots, and so yeah. And like I said, the Beyond Gate reviews, I need a certain amount of time to do them, just like I do with GH. And so plus I had to wake up super early, so it's just yeah. Brian says I still do think that Sasha is a little better than Willow, but not by much. What's good, Ronnie Ron? What's good, Sean? Billy Plant got an upgrade going from days. So chemistry or cat to wine or potential Phyllis romance. Um, I don't understand why Lily was sitting there yelling like somebody attacked her. I felt like she was really overdoing it, like there was no tomorrow. You know? Oh yeah, Ron, we're gonna talk about that shit tonight. Chanel got on my goddamn nerves. Like, I know EG wanted to curse that chick out like there was no tomorrow. First of all, bro, you don't even live in here anymore. You walk in with this bitchy ass attitude. And I was like, yo, girl, if you do not sit your little narrow ass down somewhere, you are doing way too much. Then she was like, oh, well, this is your fault. I should, I'm not gonna lie, I should have reviewed Days of Our Lives. I really should have reviewed Days of Our Lives. I've been reviewing Beyond the Gates. I don't know if I'm going to continue doing that. I may switch back to Days, even though that B&B is actually a lot easier. But like Days, I really want to go in on Chanel tonight. I want to really go in on Chanel tonight. What's good, Alicia? Chanel was a little extra today. Yeah, I was just about to sit there and say, I was like, want to see how much I drink tonight because I gotta, I got some words for Chanel. And I don't think me doing this live stream is going to do it justice, but I got some words for Chanel. Hmm. Where'd you get that information from, Sean? Where'd the information come from? I mean, you're not there blaming him for stuff that, oh, well, you messed up the adoption. I was like, no, he didn't mess up the adoption. Amy Cho decided to not do it because she already has strict ass rules anyway. And remember her strict rules to the point where we had to sit there and lie about being extra religious. Like, girl, shut up. Trina was also on one today. What's good, Francis? Trina was also on one today, too. Ryan said, Cody Bell has been demoted to a recurring character. What is your response? I mean, um, not everyone needs to be like. I don't think everyone needs literally to sit there. Yeah. Oh, Sean, just because he's off contract doesn't mean that he's going off the show. What's good, Deluxe? Just because he's off. Not everyone needs to be on contract. They had Gio on contract when he first started, and they didn't do shit with him. So yeah, just because he's not on contract doesn't mean that he's leaving the show. Oh, there's people that has been on contract and that still left. So contract and no contract is not going to determine if you're leaving or not. Ron says, "Do you want to see Amy's husband come to Salem?" I don't really care. I don't really care if Amy's husband comes to Salem and I don't. Yeah, I don't really have an interest either way. Alicia says, "Chanel babies better Johnny, but if he wanted to rebuild a relationship with AJ, that's up to him." And my whole thing is like, yeah, if he wants to sit there and build a relationship with him, that's his right, and you understood why he wants to do that. So what do you decide to do? You decide to sit there and go to EJ and be like, well, I don't want y'all two hanging out. First of all, Johnny's a grown ass man. He can sit there and speak for himself. And it also comes across like you're emasculating him, like he's too afraid to sit there and talk to his own goddamn dad. So, like, that's just another problem. On top of the fact that, like, okay, listen, you may not necessarily get along with your father-in-law, but it is what it is. You don't get to sit there and dictate who he actually is going to be with or not. Like, well, I mean, the thing is, but that's the thing, though, Ryan. I mean, I don't. Well, the thing is, Ryan, I don't really hate Cody. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's an okay character. When he's not being a dick, he's an okay character. And I guess you're right on some sort of level. I wouldn't really care if he's gone or not. But you know, yes, Ron. It's damn sure not up to Chanel. And I also tell you the truth, like I said, when she walked and she had this little bitchy attitude, this bitchy expression, I was like, girl, go sit down somewhere. You're doing too much. And you know that each you want to curse her ass out. Francis says, what do you think King's story will be using Aristotle's name? That I have no idea. I have like and the thing is, I think that's partly because like I'm still new to the Young and the Restless. I'm still new to the Young and the Restless, so like I couldn't tell you. No, I didn't see it coming, Ryan. But it's not so much I'm not surprised. I guess I mostly don't care. That's the thing, right? It's not so much like I'm not surprised. I just don't really care. I don't think that he's going to be leaving the show simply because he's not, a contract player anymore. It was good, Deluxe. Autumn says, "Hey Albert, when I thought Willow was about to go get some sense saying she lost her kids because of Drew, and how is marrying him going to change the judge's mind, then that common sense went away. Yeah, it went away because you he got Martin to sit there and convince Willow and gave her hope, right? Even if it's false hope, it's hope. Um, and I guess that was enough for her to decide to do it, which is really stupid, you know. And Alicia says Sonny is going to make the moves on D.A. Turner. I don't know. I mean, after her whole woke comment about it's 2025 and you're telling a woman to smile, I couldn't get past that part. Like, oh, Ron, I feel like you asked me that question. It's like asking me. It's like sent to ask me my feelings about what color the sky is. What's good, Mika? What's your thoughts, Marlena telling Rachel to take a nap and she's saying she's too old? I don't really have feelings on that. It was just a scene that happened. I don't have feelings about it one way or the other. Sorry to disappoint you with that, but all it was Marlena telling Rachel to take a nap, and she's saying that she's too old to take a nap. I guess she's being stubborn or something, or thinking that she's grown. But I don't really have any deep thoughts about that scene now. Yes, Francis, I found that out a couple weeks ago. Because it was interesting. It was interesting. Um, you get past like the Arja scenes. Um, the Dumas part was the best part. It was kind of annoying if you're going to be honest. You know how you just have like certain characters that are usually kind of annoying, but because you're seeing them in a longer period of time, it just feels like it's extra. Like Phyllis being super extra, Audra being super extra, Sharon sounding like she's on a goddamn edible, you know? Now, Autumn says, I said this once and I'll say it again. I don't give two F's. If the judge was bribed, she still made the right decision. Willow is not mentally stable until she gets help she needs. Um, Ruling stands. I know you and Kyrie's actually said the same thing. Um, so that's interesting. That's very interesting, Autumn. Very interesting. Yeah, and that's the thing, though, Francis. It's like you're sitting, you're watching it, and you're like, here's the thing, because I don't know, in Francis, I don't know if you saw the train scene with Audra. It just seemed like everybody was kind of annoyed a little bit, and Audra just kept talking. You ever just had a bad day? You ever just had a bad day, and somebody starts talking to you, and they're like, really, they just want conversation, and you see that they want conversation, but you give very little to like damn near non-responses, and they just keep going. That's how Audra was the entire goddamn scene, and that's how she's been for the past 3 days. I've been watching this stuff. What's good, Rosemary? How you doing tonight? Alicia says, if I had represented Willow, she would have not lost those kids. How? Deluxe said, I think Sitwell will make it look like Sunny bribed the judge. This would explain how Homegirl found discrepancies with his account. Ryan says, I would defend Sasha a little bit in saying that I don't think she's trying to hurt Michael. I think she's scared because of what happened to Liam and Randall, but that doesn't make it okay. Well, I'm glad that you're defending her. That's good. That's good. I'm not. I'm going to come crashing down with the goddamn hammer like I do with every other character. But that's cool that you're doing that. I don't know. I don't know, Ryan. Maybe she'll come. Maybe she'll be here around 9 o'clock. But she's still at her doctor's appointment. Okay, okay, Ron. Because says, what two shows are you really enjoying right now? Well, up into this Dumas stuff. 1 second, Ryan. There's like literally like four people trying to ask me a question at one time. Francis says, why was everyone on train at different times when they all came from General City? That's a damn good. That's a damn good. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know if you ask me that for like an expert opinion because I don't have one. I think it's just. I think it's from. Well, I can't say from a story point, but from a scheduling point. You know, I think it has more to do with the scheduling of the actors than necessarily the show. Because yes, from a story point of view, that doesn't make sense. I understand what you're saying, Ryan. I just disagree. Like I said, you can defend Sasha if you want. I'm not going to. So, like, I get what you're saying, but like, that's cool that you're doing that. That's great. We're just not on the same page about that, and that's okay. Oh, happy birthday, Island! Happy birthday! If you get what I'm saying. Now, Alicia says, first of all, where is the medical evidence that Willow is unstable? The trial was a big joke. A first year law student could have won that for Willow. Shit. That's interesting. I hope that makes sense, Ryan. I have my issue. I have my issues with Sasha. I have my issues with Sasha when she sat there and said that she has every right to sit there and judge Willow. Like then she sat there and she took money from her kidnapper. You know, she talks about the danger level of Michael and his family, but yet you claim Jason be your baby dad. Like none of the shit that she is doing right now makes any goddamn sense. So Alicia says Michael needs to put Sasha in. Yeah, yes. And the thing is, like I said in my reviews, um, oh, you asked me a question, Mikhail. So General Hospital is one, and I don't know. I guess honestly, tell you the truth, B&B because I was liking the Young and Restless up into yeah, Francis. I was gonna, if it wasn't for this, the Mon train story and everything like that, I would say Young and Restless. The Days has been dealing with the John funeral stuff, and I haven't really been like, I can't deal with that level of sadness. So that's why both of those two are out. So I guess I would sit there and say B&B. But yeah, no, and the thing is, what Sasha is doing. We said when Sasha gave up Michael the first time, I had a problem with that. Yeah. Ron says, where's Krista and what's your thoughts on the Brady and EJ scene? Well, I have no idea what Kristen's at. I'm just assuming from the actors, from the outside point, I just don't think that she was scheduled to be in the show. I didn't think it was really that much of an interesting scene, to be honest. If we're gonna be real, right? I didn't think it was an interesting scene. You know? So okay, well, I gave my reasons. You know, and beyond the game, I can't even sit there and put Beyond the Gates as far as a contender. Um, so I can't sit there and say Beyond the Gates. General Hospital was definitely killing it. Sean says, Our dates has been terrible. Kat and Chad are the worst couple. Okay. Now, you should wait until Carly finds out Michael isn't on the birth certificate. I don't blame her. See, yeah, well, here's the thing though. I said in my review, I said in my review that, when Mike was like, the other family members are going to have a problem with it. I'm like, the other family members can kick rocks. Tracy, Carly, and anybody else that don't like this arrangement can kick rocks, right? But on some level, the grandmothers do have rights. Remember, it wasn't that long ago that Nina tried to sue for custody or for visitation rights of Wiley. What's good, Sir Charles? Mikhail says Beyond the Gates, I really have to watch it daily to keep up with the story building. Yeah, it's it's content. Like I watched it today, so we can talk about Beyond the Gates. Francis says Brooks going to use Nick to make Rich jealous. So Bourne been there before, same old story. See, and that's the thing, though, right? Like for me, this stuff is new in a sense, right? Like a Nick is a new character, and yeah, I can see what This is why Ron always sits there and calls the show rinse and repeat. Right? He always calls the show rinse and repeat. What's good, Sir Charles? Oh, I'm so Ron. You're gonna sit there and tell me what I can and can't enjoy now. You run shit, Ron. Is that what you're saying? Oh, reality, I can enjoy whatever the fuck I want. But like I said, Ron, I already said my reasons why, so I don't need you to agree with it. Yo, Mikab, some people are characters. Oh, and you know what? Since we're on it, uh, thank you, Valerie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How are you doing? I hope you had a great day. Now, Alicia says Beyond the Gates is just so immature. I have a hard time paying attention to it, except I'm wondering about the Martin backstory. Yes. Yeah, they talk more about that today. And see, I wish I had time. Thank you, Rosemary. Yes, hit that goddamn like button because it really does actually help. Seriously, I need to get some likes in the comment section. If you watch the episode, say what's good, Jay Blue. If you watch the episode, oh wow, yeah, I'm really sorry to hear that, Jay Blue. Jesus Christ, damn. it's just like, you know, the constant ebonics and everything like that. That's some of the characters like Chelsea. I don't know. I wish I had more time. We can talk about Beyond the Gate stuff because I think that was like the last show that I watched before I started streaming. Yeah, it's again, and somebody pointed out like, how are you going to sit there and live at the Q's house, but then tell the Q's that they can't, you know, they can't be involved, and they can't be involved in Daisy's life. Like, how does that even work? You're living in their mansion. You're living literally a couple of rooms from Michael, and you're telling him that he can't be involved in the child's life. Like, it's just like really out of pocket about that. What's good, Ariana? Thank you for hitting the like button. I'm gonna do that myself. And that's the thing, J Blue. I forgot. Like somebody. Thank you, Black Mom. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Black Mom has been a member for about 2 years. 2 years, actually. Yeah, 2 years. So thank you, Black Mom. You're a G, and I appreciate you. Lisa says Chelsea makes me wonder if Valley Girls are making a comeback. How you've seen her was good, Amber. You've seen her at least like maybe what 3 times max, and you're sitting there telling her and everybody else that you're in love. You're in love, and you've been with her for like what 2 days, and then you have damn near your whole family sit there and meet her. Thank you, Alicia. I love you as well. Love you too. And again, I appreciate you being here tonight, Alicia. Thank you. You've been missed. J Blue says, thank you all for your condolences. I keep watching Jade for a few more and see if I want to give up. Only watched it for my mom and to have a show in common. Ariana says, right, yes. Ariana has also been a member for 2 years. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I actually have some new plans for the members. So I was going to try it tonight, but I think I'll try it on Monday and see if that works. But this weekend, I got some fun ideas. I'll say that much. We're gonna have a hell of a lot of fun this. Oh wow, I actually have more than I thought. It's but yes, thank you, Ariana. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for being a member. Um, Now I came up with a wild theory, right? John says Luna's getting close to Hayes and rehash of Sheila. Well, you know what, Ariana, I'm gonna sit there and try to do something fun for Sunday as well. So yeah, I have some fun ideas though. Some fun ideas this weekend. Well, see, that's my theory, right? We're gonna get to Trina's ass in a minute. So we know that Sitwell paid the judge to vote for Michael. Sitwell and Drew are working together, right? How much of a stress do you think it will be for Drew? What's good? What's good, Queen Jess? How you doing tonight? It's good to see you. Damn, you've been missed. Like I haven't seen you forever. And that's what I was like, damn. But I'm like, what if Drew told Sitwell to have the judge vote for Michael, right? Have her all like broken and distraught and everything like that. And then they do this crazy plan when in reality, you know, Drew wants Willow to marry him. Then they just, do it again or have another judge. And then the case goes in Willow's favor. Drew is seen as the hero. She's not broken. Yeah, Jess, it just gives into that theory. Ron says, Albert, you're going to pretend that Aaron and Holly scenes didn't exist. Um, no, I'm not going to pretend. I didn't care. I'm not going to pretend it didn't exist. It existed. I didn't really care for it. What's good, Jim J? Watching from the bushes, enjoying the show. Sasha is messy. Sasha is messy. Yeah, that's why I'm sitting up there looking at like. I mean, I don't think that Drew did that because I feel like that's a hell of a lot of work. But having to sit there and bribe the judge, or have Sitwell bribe the judge, and then he pulls this win out of his ass. I'm just saying, like, it's a stretch shaped blue. Island says, I think that Sitwell would use the information to make Sunny give up his peers. I didn't even understand. Just as Michael deserved to get custody, they ruined it with the bride. Like, why would Sitwell even care? Sitwell wouldn't care. Drew, on the other hand, would care. So yeah, I sat there and I was like, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why is he trying to fight for Michael? Like, what's in it for him? It's not really about him. It's about him having a politician in his back pocket. So Ariana says, so you're talking about a master manipulator, and impossible is what they do for, yeah, is what they live for. Like I said, Jess, I think it's part of a much bigger plan. And you want to know the sad thing? Is that I feel like I'm right about that. Because the best way to sit there and really get somebody fully under their control is to break them down and then build them back up, right? Break them down to the point where they think they have nothing and then build them right back up. We said it doesn't happen like that. Willow married you isn't going to change anything. Won't get it. No, it won't. Because it was never about getting the kids back. But you find the right judge is going to make it look like her marrying Willow, her marrying Drew wasn't just the right thing for the kids, but also, oh, he helped me out. Why is it so loud? Highland, listen, you can be very smart when you're motivated to sit there and um, be with someone. I'll sit there and say, I'm not going to use crude language, but no, Sean, he already got his diamonds back. Yeah, no, Sean, he already got his diamonds back. No, he don't need a holiday anymore. He got what he wanted. That's why Sasha got let go. Ron says, "Were you disappointed with Sasha? Were you disappointed with Sophia not going into labor and delivering the baby? She's annoying, and also why didn't she want her mom there? Because her mom is annoying. Her mom wouldn't help with her blood pressure. And no, I wasn't disappointed. The only thing that disappoints me, Ron, is to sit there and see Sophia, Tate, Holly, and Aaron. Okay, because I think that Days of Our Lives fans deserve better than this stupid next generation of dumb teenagers. That's what's disappointing. You know, funny you say that, Jay Bloom. You would think that the quarter mansion would have, I don't know, security. Not just Yuri. I mean actual insecurity. That's the thing that really blows me about all these shows. Like EJ just gets shot because anybody able to just walk on it. Right? And everybody's just able to just walk on it. The baby gets snatched from the quartermates. Where the are the security? Sonny's the only person that literally sometimes you would sit there and see him with security if people are going to his door or whatever. Just as I hate that Michael agrees to not being part of Daisy's life. Yep, same. I just, and that's the thing, Ariana. I'm like, how is a rich billionaire able to get shot in his own house and it's not one guy? Like, what are you paying for exactly? Hell, you take a look at Ariana, like, when Constantine came in and he had the gun and he was holding people hostage and stuff like that, I'm like, your karaoke says you have money. What are you, cheap? Like, seriously. Jay Blue says I thought the same thing after the shooting of the FBI guy. Yeah, you would think, oh, you know what? Listen, there was a shooting on the property. Maybe we should sit there and get security. I think Yuri's fine. No. Island says Willow looked like a shadow of herself. She was barely functioning. Why didn't Nina commit her daughter? It's kind of extreme, hitting someone. But I mean, She's a former shell of herself because she lost to them. She lost to children, and she just keeps. Ariel says, and no cameras out there. I can't. I don't know if you saw my review, Jess, but essentially Jordan is not there saying that she don't feel bad for Portia, right? And that Portia, in a sense, preyed on her marriage when they were having tough times and stuff like that. Um, Portia was there. Portia was there when he needed somebody to talk to and somebody to vent to, right? Portia was there. Jordan, you're doing the exact same thing. You sit there and say you don't want to be like Portia. You don't want to sit there and you know take advantage of a situation But you've been doing the exact same playbook that Portia did when she came to town. So, like, Alicia, what happened to Sonny's bodyguard Frank? Damn good question. I don't understand it. Ryan says, I'm so sick of the women on the show who sleeps with guys and they decide that the guy isn't good enough to be a father. Sam did the same shit. Sam McCall did the same shit. Just as I would taking Sasha to court. Aaron says, my granny used to say, how you get a man is how you lose them. Yep. I mean, that's just the fundamental rules in life as far as relationships is concerned. But yeah, granted, yes, it's the lives is different because the lives is about work. It wasn't on some. But then you also sit there and I look at it, it's like I just everyone's saying that Alicia. I mean, like I said, I saw their interaction a couple of days ago, and Aaron was like, "Hey, listen, I thought at some point we would be together." And Sophia gave that look like, "What the hell are you talking about? You thought we were going to be together?" I'm like, "Bro, you've been gone for like months. You come back and you still with the same dumbass pipe dream of, oh, I thought one day we were going to be together." So that doesn't really sound like he's the baby daddy of any Carly, Alexis, Sasha, Willow, Ava. Um, I mean, I have a lot of opinions, Ron, but the basic one is, well, you know what? Listen, you knew exactly what Xander was like when you decided to be with him, and you chose to sit there and stay with him. So, like, I don't feel bad for Sarah. I really don't. Alicia says Jordan would be a fool to go back to Curtis. Yeah, and Jordan is a fool in a sense. Monique says, did you see the look Willow had when she walked away from Nina when she told her Drew and her were getting married? She looked like a programmed robot. Yeah, that's called cult brain. Oh, and mental gymnastics just keep on doing backflips. What else is new? Jess says, I just don't like anything about Curtis. Damn. Adam Newman grew up. That's why Adam is screwed up now. Hope never let Victor be a part of Adam's childhood. You know, more closer though, Island, think about Christina. Remember how Christina was just really when she first came on the show, she was so out of whack and she was angry at Sonny because she felt like Sonny didn't fight for her. What do you think that Daisy's gonna be like when she grows up? What do you think she's gonna be like when she grows up? She's gonna be like Michael didn't fight for her. She's gonna sit there and think, well, you know what? Michael already had Amelia and Wiley, so he didn't really need me. Remember that lie that Drew said to make um, to Wiley, and Wiley felt like, well, Daddy don't love me anymore, because he has Daisy now. That's the same thing that Daisy's going to sit there and think when yeah, she will be angry for sure. That's exactly how Christina was. And on some level, I couldn't blame Christina because Sonny didn't fight for Yeah, Jess, I said that shit earlier. Also, Michael lives there too, but you want to sit there and, oh, I don't want you to have any part of this baby's life. I live like down three halls. Like, what are you talking about? I can't sit there and have any interaction with my child. We live in the same goddamn house. Like, what are you talking about? Alicia says, and how does Aaron graduate from high school in Salem when he was gone for 6 months? I think he said something like he was like really like smart and like he did extra classes or whatever to like catch up. And I think he was going to another school or something like that. Like, they explain how he was able to do that. And you could probably sit there and think so magic, but yeah, something will happen and they will all get together and it'll be all good. But yes, but yes, I don't understand. Daisy can't just put all her anger on Sasha for keeping her father. Yeah, like I said, either way, Sasha's out of pocket. You know, she's definitely out of pocket. And the thing that what she does that annoys me, um, is I feel like she's manipulating Michael. There's a certain tone, there's a certain look that she always gives Michael when she's telling him, listen, I don't want you to be a part of the child's life or whatever, or I'm gonna raise this baby by myself. And it's like she does that in a way where it's like she knows that Michael's not gonna sit there and fight, or not gonna really sit there and challenge her because of the tone of her voice and her manipulating his good nature. Ron says, "Will you be happy if Aaron's actually?" I think it would just be just out of left field. I mean, I wouldn't be happy because I don't care about either one of those two characters, but I think it'd just be out of left field. I don't know how much I would actually sit there and be annoyed by that. I think I'll be more disappointed in the writers. Lisa Sunny did want to be in Christina's life, but Alexis didn't want it. Look how she turned out. So yeah, it's definitely an out of pocket sort of thing. What's good, Dolomedics? Damn, it seems like it's been forever since I've seen you. Even though I think it's only been like what, 2 days, 3 days, I think. Just as the baseball stuff was boring on board me today. Jess, I would have been happy if it would have just bored me. And to Turner said what she said, it's 2025 and you're asking a woman to smile? Like, damn, girl, I actually was kind of liking you up until this point, and you said some dumb shit like that. Oh, it was great, Jazz. It was great. I took some pictures as showing on which was great. It was great, though. It was fun. It was like a soap opera, actually. Comedy, emotions, drama. Just say, yeah, the comedy was weird. She's too grown for that. I mean, just it just reminds me of some women that used to sit there and get upset. Why I still get upset when you call them a female. I'm like, but you are a female. You go to the doctor to like get checked out and stuff like that. You start complaining on the application, or it shouldn't sit there and say female. I'm offended by that. My God, like yes, put on your big girl pants. What are you doing? When she first told him, her attitude was, "If you trust me and think I will be a good mom, then you will let me raise the baby." So yeah, yeah, and again, Ryan, it's not so much yes, it's the stuff that she does say, but it's the tone that she says it, the looks that she gives him, the expressions on her face that she gives him. Like it's all calculated. That's what it comes down to. So it says Kai is so boring. I honestly don't care about his story. Somebody else said the exact same thing. And of course, now you have Trina sitting there being all controlling and shit. I don't want to sit there and come across like I'm being controlling. But every time that he brings up Drew, I got to sit there and give him attitude. Like, no, you really don't. You can agree to disagree. You're not the first person in history that had a partner with somebody who you don't like. Like, I don't understand. I don't know. I think on some level that she is Ryan. Ariana says I agree. There's a bit of manipulation on Sasha's part. Yeah, it's the tone of her voice. It's yeah. Alicia said the baseball thing was the start of the setup for Sunny and Adia. Yeah, you have a pretty smile. You have a pretty face. You should smile more. Did you just say that to a woman in 2025? People. What could I was going to say there? Okay, well, we still talk about. Nope. No, Ryan, I don't. I don't. He said that he likes Drew. He said he understands you don't like him. He was like, hey, listen, can we agree to disagree? That means stop being so goddamn annoying and stop being so damn controlling. Pay for that man's surgery and you sit there blaming him, talking, oh, he got his hopes up. No, he did not. Kai got his own goddamn hopes up. He never once sat there and said that the surgery was going to be a success. And hell, she literally sat there and said, yes, the surgery did make his spine better. But you still got to sit there and whine and bitch and complain. Like, girl, go sit down somewhere. Um, Domex says Sasha being manipulative completely tracks. Everyone forgets that Sasha is a con artist. Manipulating was literally her job. Oh, then I guess don't date on that. Right, I get what you're going. I get where you're going, and yeah, that's my stance on it. But I respect your opinion. Aaron says Drew offering a chance got his hopes high for the only thing he wanted. That's on him. I just, I have to sit there and just, respectfully disagree with you on that. He's never once sat there and said that this surgery is going to sit there and change your life. In all reality, his spine was actually a lot better because of it. I think, and granted, he did apologize, and even though I was like, Drew, you don't, you know, Drew has been doing too much for the last past couple of days. And I'm like, girl, you just got back, and already you're doing too much. I was like, can you just go away for like another 3 days and come back and have a little bit more of a tolerable attitude? Um, Chanel was somebody else who was just annoying the shit out of me today. And I just, my whole thing is like, I have a feeling it's going to get worse because um, Kai took the internship. Jay Blue says that moment between Willow and Christina was comical. Two women who need to be in an institution. Islander says, I hate that the writers are taking this route with Sasha. Kids suffer from these selfish decisions. Case in point, Adam had to kill a guy to protect his mom, while Victor was in General City. Yeah. Dominic says, what does Chanel do? Walked up in EJ's place, got all bitchy, and started practically telling him that, because Johnny was like, I want to sit there and forgive my dad, given what happened to his grandfather. He doesn't want to lose any more people. He explained that. And granted, yeah, you don't have to like the decision. Okay, you don't. Like, you don't like EJ, you don't like EJ, but you're going to sit there and interact with people in each other's lives that you don't necessarily like. But walking in there with this bitchy ass attitude and Smith is saying, well, I don't want you a part of my husband's life, and you ruin our chances of Smith there having a baby. It was like, no, he did not. Okay? Amy was strict as hell, which is why you had to sit there and lie about being overly religious in the first place. Yeah. And also, you act as though Johnny can't sit there and speak for himself. So in the same sentence, you damn near pretty much emasculated him by talking for him, like he's not a grown ass adult. And it says Drew didn't have to promise; he just suggested it may put him back on the field if it was a success. Yeah, the blowout is coming. The blowout is coming. So yeah, she just Kate also annoyed me today. I mean, well, she didn't annoy me today. She annoyed me this week. A part of me always sit there and think like, I'll be reviewing the games for a hot minute. Like, these. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was somewhat interesting for um. It was somewhat interesting for Beyond the Gates in some instances, but like it was like it should have. Miranda says, "Are you free to join my surgical team, um, negotiation team?" I don't get it. Um, I feel like you're setting me up for. I feel like this is a setup for a joke, right? Alicia says Shawnee bust in on AJ's house and told him off again. Yeah, and this time it seemed like AJ was kind of like he seemed like he might. I feel like he If Chanel was not with Johnny, EJ might have cursed her ass out. EJ might have cursed her ass out. That's what I'm sitting there thinking. Are you free to join my surgical negotiation team? Aaron says your dedication to what you believe is one of the reasons I rock with you this song. Thank you. No, I appreciate that. Seriously. I always appreciate seeing you and just seeing you in the comment section. So thank you. Sean says if Cody and Ava fall in love together and get together, they should thank Christina and her plan. I don't see that happening, but no, I seriously, I thank you. Thank you so much for saying that. I really didn't think I actually had that much. Ungrateful. Okay, I got you. It took me. It felt like it took me a couple of days to sit there and come up with one for me. Tomac says I like seeing Vernon. What's good, Eagle? Eagle says it's 2025, right? Don't tell us it's not. Yeah, don't sit there and apparently tell a woman to smile because that's all sorts of sexism and everything. Like I can't believe she says some dumb shit like that. Tomac says I like seeing Vernon go a little dark. I know it was coming for a while. People let those Mr. Rogers looking sweaters trick them into thinking he was a nice old man. Yeah, hopefully this reveal is actually good. Hopefully this reveal is actually good. I feel like Jacob was acting a little dense today when he was at the police station because Smitty was like, "Can we go somewhere and talk?" Like I got to talk about like a sensitive subject, and like right off rip, I'm like, "Why don't you just go with him?" Instead of just talking there for a little bit. There's like certain things he was like, "Huh? What?" I'm like, "Bro, are you drinking on the job? Like, what's going on with you?" Like, you mean as far as if he can be trusted or not, right? Domax says Brennan is definitely a low key gangster. I'm actually kind of looking forward to next week based off the previews. Yeah, I gotta go back and watch the previews again. I gotta go back and watch the previews again because there's certain stuff that I am interested in. I don't like the way that the waiter acted today. Is like he just dropped that shit. He dropped that whole gaslighting thing so fast. Um, Jay Blue said before I bow out, I must say I don't know how to feel about Marco. Yeah, he's still a mystery. But yeah, Jay Blue. It's funny though, man. 'Cause, yeah, I mean, the thing is, I watched it, but like, I felt like I was so much still kind of like on the rush or on the clock to sit there and do the live stream that I didn't even want to do a review. I don't know if I'm actually going to do a review tonight. I usually sit there and say, yeah, I'm going to do the review. And then, like, I have a couple more of these streams and just like, yeah, I'm going to go to bed. But yeah, Jay Blue, definitely take care of yourself, man. Tomax says, "Nah, enjoy your drink and relax. This is your live review." Yeah, facts. Eagle says, "Did you see the name Emma? Oh, the stupid name. Yeah. I don't remember what it was. Yes. Have a good night, Jay Blum. And yeah, no, just take care of yourself, man. Like seriously, that is. I don't have words for it. It was a stupid name. I don't even remember what the dog's name was, but every year they do some sort of outdoor event. You know, I wonder, are they like filming like in that area? What's good, Tommy? Lisa says Vernon got something going on. He's not too eager for Anita to come back home. Yeah, she's not there talking about her I don't know, her Dream Girls tour. Which listen, they can sit there and take all night as long as they want to sit there and take. Because I am so not ready to sit there and see Sharon again. Um, the thing is, like Sharon has been acting up the most. Oh, Outback. I've heard worse. What's good, Krista? See, from what I'm understanding, it seemed like it was a robbery that I'm assuming that it was a robbery that went wrong, right? It was a robbery that went wrong, and the waiter's brother got unalive, and now he's talking about he wants to avenge him or something. That's just a theory. One says, "Are the writers trying to make as many GH characters as possible?" Like, hmm, I feel like that from time to time about certain. Well, I fe- well, I don't know about as many characters. I know that they went out their way to sit there and made Drew unlikable. You know, I know they've done that. And then we got was the way the guy was reacted to Martin. I don't understand that. Well, I mean, yeah, we couldn't trust him. I mean, he's like literally spent there whispering in his ear. Um, some, some bullshit, to be honest. It's funny. It's funny, Krista. I mean, there's so many people that sit there saying, "Oh, well, it was Willow that did it. It was Drew. Drew paid somebody to do it." I'm reading all these comments. I'm just like, it's like I get it. Yeah, I want to sit there and think of the worst in the characters because I don't like them. Well, like Willow looked like she was not getting out that bed. Like, uh, I'm surprised that she actually got out of bed and she went home. Um, I don't like the fact that today she was there saying that it was Drew's fault that she lost her kids. Yeah, Drew didn't help the situation. Um, but girl, this is on you. Those are your kids. I mean, seriously, you did things that was out of pocket, and even today she was still sitting there trying to justify it today too. Like, oh well, I wanted to go to the inauguration and everything like that. Okay, did you tell Michael that you wanted to go? I mean, damn. You just did it, and like she said in the courtroom, oh, I didn't think it was a big deal. You didn't think it was a big deal. Tommy says Jacob's dad can't be trusted. Well, of course not. I mean, the dude's not there playing poker, and Doug. I don't understand it. There's one point where towards the end he's meant to talk to Vanessa. He's like, listen, when this whole thing implodes, I'm just gonna sit back and watch the show. I was like, bro, the only reason why they're in that hole in the first place, like Vanessa said, is because of him. And I get it, addiction and everything like that. And I don't want to sit there and try to, you know, shit on him for that. But you put them in a hole. You put you and your wife in a hole, and now you want to sit there and start bitching and complaining, talking about, oh, what you're doing is illegal. I'm like, I'm I'm sorry. Do you not like your kneecaps? Do you not like your fingers and your toes? Like, what are you talking about? Every now and then he'll throw in the fact that, oh, well, you're doing something sexual with Joey. With Joey, it's like, bro, you've been knowing that shit for years. Okay, you are like the biggest. What do I call it? Cock that I've seen. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Um. She seems a lot more likable when she's around him. Funny, that's how I used to sit there and feel about Spencer with Trina. There's another couple that I feel like that with, and I don't remember. Oh, then we had Vaughn, right? See, it's interesting. The actor that's playing Professor Dalton used to be on The Young and the Restless as Kane Ashby, but now he's on General Hospital, and the guy from Days is now on The Young and the Restless. I don't know how I feel about this Dumas story. It's like I said, Sharon walking around like she's on like she's on edibles. Nikki constantly being bitchy towards Sharon. Victor's still walking around like he's the smartest person in the room, or acting like he is. I mean, there's one joke in there that's actually kind of funny. Billy's like, I think he asked a question. He asked some sort of question. He was like, "Anyone heard any good jokes?" And Victor was like, "I'm looking at one." I'm like, damn. Brian says, by the way, you said a while ago that you can't blame Willow for being attracted to Drew because of how fit he is. Did you see Michael's six pack today? Willow made the wrong choice. Well, I mean, I like movies, so I can't comment on that. I can't speculate on that. Alicia says Joey is just Ryan. Joey is just Ryan Chamberlain from Behind the Gates. Yes. Yeah. I like his character though. I like his character, you know. I also like the fact that he has something to do. Eagle says we all do. Yeah, I was like, I don't know about that. I don't remember you saying that. Was this during the stream or was this during the daytime? It was during the stream. I'm pretty sure I was drinking when I said that. Alan says, I always hated Nikki. She's so judgmental. Yeah. Yeah, she is. She's, yeah. That's Nikki for you, though. It's just her bougie ass attitude that just, like, that blows me. Um, and of course, Chelsea is in goddamn La La Land. She lashed out at Adam for essentially doing the job that his boss is telling him to do, and she's chastising him, won't let him get a word in inchwise, and then realize that she was wrong and she apologizes. And Adam's like, no, it's totally okay. It's totally fine. No, 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 no. Don't do that. Ladies, fuck up, just sit there and own it. Like, seriously, when you fuck up, just own it. Um, Rosemary says the storyline is all effed up on the young and the restless. Like I said, I don't think the Dumas story is bad. I think there's just certain characters that's just being extra because we're kind of stuck with them a little bit more. We're seeing more screen time, and there's not really a lot for them to do um into today's episode. So it's like Sharon just I don't know. Again, sound like she's on edibles. Oh, I love the trees. I love the flowers. I love this. I love that. And I'm just like, Sharon, you act like you never left Genoa City before. And you can tell that these two, Victor and Nikki are tired. They're old. They don't want to be walking off a goddamn maze. And you're supposed to talk about, no, it's okay. And everything is whimsical. It's like the one person that's like super happy and you're just kind of annoyed and you're being even, it's annoying you even more watching somebody be so goddamn happy. I don't know. It's kind of like when you're having a shitty day and somebody's like super happy. It just makes you even more mad. No, right? It's fine. I don't. Yeah, you ain't dampen my mood. Um, um, I don't know. It's like I watched all five soap operas, and I felt like we kind of just talked through most, of them, which is really odd because like I haven't been here like I felt like 3 days. Did anybody else watch Beyond the Gates or anything like that? Like I said, what the hell am I doing? Like I said, this weekend, for members, it's gonna be. I got some announcements. I'll sit there and I'll tell the members first. Um, Not that I really want to go on this bandwagon, but I mean, that's kind of a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really. I'm not even going to question that, but that's a lot. You know, everyone has their struggles, but that's kind of high. You know. if we're, you know, talking about that. Like I said, Ryan, breathe easy. How you tend to get when you start talking about Michael. But part of me just kind of sits there and looks at this whole little thing that's going on. Like, no, man, there's really no reason. Like she said, she dropped it. So, and like I said, Ryan, I know how you tend to get. I know how you tend to get when it comes towards Michael. We're actually making progress. So don't sit there and start knocking that shit back, because I'm gonna get it. Um, Especially on a Friday, bro. Let's not go there. Um, I don't know. I really feel like I have like 22 people, and there's only like two people that sit there, like, I guess, chatting or whatever. No, I know. Well, I mean, I suggest you not go after me, but no, I know how how you tend to get with Michael. It is, well, not just that. Well, yeah, Island, but I mean that particular part. Um, it's a very touchy subject in general. You know, Tommy says Lily was pissed off today. But again, I felt like Lily kind of overreacted on some level. Like, well, I mean, I don't. I mean, reality, right? Maybe like a year and a half ago, I would have been a completely different person, and it just would have been kind of ugly. But I don't tend to sit there and get into heated arguments about fictional characters. Like, I don't do that. Like, this stuff is fun to me, but I'm not going to let it get into the Wild West like it was before. So I don't really have to sit there and do any argument. I just have to do this. And that's it. But no, I felt like Lily did overreact. Like when she was there yelling for help and stuff like that, I was like, girl, why are you yelling like somebody's attacking you or something? No, I mean I appreciate that, Ryan. I just, like I said, it's the streams are supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be like, we could sit there and talk to me about it and talk to other people about the stuff that we watched today. It's kind of like more of a add on to, on top of the reviews I do. Sometimes, plus sometimes I may, like I said yesterday, I totally forgot about the whole Sitwell thing. Um, Sitwell paying that judge. And if if I did the stream yesterday, I would have talked about it. But bottom line, it's supposed to be fun. That's what it. That's what this is going to be. It's going to be fun. All right. I want you to have a good time, and I have a good time, and you've been having a good time so far. So when I saw you start acting a little, yeah, all right. Just, you've been good. I don't want you slipping back. Like that's going to annoy me if you slip back. Justin says Willow's an idiot, and fans say that Christina shouldn't judge Willow when she tried to kill Ava. Please, they can't compare her actions to Willow cheating on Drew. There's a big difference. Yeah, Christina tried to take somebody's life, like try to unalive someone. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, there is a big difference. It's kind of worse. Thank you, Ariana. No, and that's the thing. I want people to have a good time here too. You know, that's another thing. Going like arguing back and forth. People don't come there for that. They come here to sit there, have a good chill time. Phil, what does that mean? That means I can sit there and say some pretty nasty and hurtful things, if I wanted to. I think that's what at least that's what it means. Like, reef someone for Phil just means just being a general asshole. You know, yeah. Um, Christina tried to unalive somebody. Willow cheated, and that was bad. But you know, trying to unalive somebody, in my opinion, is worse. That's right, LaShawn, because the actor that played Kane is on General Hospital. You and I agree to disagree. Yeah, exactly, Ariane. That's one of the things. Like that's what makes it fun. Because you sit there, you disagree, you tell me why you disagree, and I'm like, okay, cool. And I learned something. It should never, again, when I first you start doing this, it was the Wild West, and I was just as bad. I was just as bad. So I'm not even gonna sit there and try to act like, oh, I was so much above it. It's like, no, I did that stupid shit too. But that's why I'm always sitting there just looking at stuff like, all right, let's, when I see people start going back and forth, I'm like, all right, let's just kind of chill out. Alicia says Ava killed and tried to kill more than a few people. That is very true. And although she didn't sit there and unalive Morgan, she contributed to it. Ariana says, "Oh lordy, that was crazy, but hella fun." I'm glad you're still here. Like that's the most important part. Is that I'm glad you're still here, even after all those type of wild shenanigans that was going on. Is that you're still here? We used to have a day called Drama Friday. It was Drama Friday. Drama Friday because, well, if you was here, the people that used to sit there and being all dramatic. And that's the thing, with me, I've learned how to not always try to have the last word, or feel like I'm losing some sort of points in some sort of debate that isn't even really a debate. It's just a conversation on things I may not agree with. Anyway, um, Sean says nothing better that happened to Sasha's daughter, baby. Amy, I thought you were saying earlier. Ryan says Ava's a narcissist. It annoys me when she says she doesn't care what most people think of her when those people happen to people she seriously wrong. That's narcissism. Well, okay, Ryan. Now I'm gonna sit there and pull you for a hot minute. Well, I think when she says she doesn't care what people think, is because she knows that like the people that judge her have done stuff themselves, like Carly and Nina and everybody else has done stuff at one point in time, and Sonny and everybody else. But yet they sit there and they try to act like, Ava's just this terrible bad person that does bad things, and other people has done some shitty things as well. It's like Phyllis. Phyllis will sit there and be like, half of the people in General City always sit there and judge me and always look down upon me like they haven't done bad shit. And that's probably one of the very few things that I can agree with Phyllis. I mean, yeah, she's like a 65-year-old grown ass teenager. What's good, Allison? Damn, it's been a minute since I've seen you. That's people that hate when she talks smack about Michael. What has he done that as bad or worse than Abel? That's hilarious. Ariana says narcissists do care is why they groom and punish. Yeah, Ryan, let me ask you a question. Out of the soap operas that are on now, let's say you had time to watch one other soap opera, what would it be and why? Because I know you mostly just watch General Hospital, but if you had time to watch any other soap opera, and Ariana says, I think I like Eva again. Allison says, I went to visit family in Iowa for a while. Oh, okay, nice. Okay. Well, Allison, you were a miss, so, hope you had a good time. Carly hasn't murdered anyone Ava has. I gotta think about that one. Did she not shoot Tony Jones in the head in court? Ariana says, I do watch EastEnders and B&B. Yeah, I watch, but I only watch. Um, EastEnders is interesting because I've seen that come up on my feed, on my YouTube feed, so many times, and I know I'll probably get into it. Um, I don't think so, LaShawn. I don't think he's streaming. Alyssa says, I like Ava, thank you, I've missed you too. Oh, he didn't die. Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. Ryan said didn't kill him though. It's a little different. She was dealing with postpartum depression. I mean, she still shot someone, regardless of his whatever medical condition. But I'm not gonna like go back and forth about that. But Okay, I gotta sit there and think if she actually did kill anyone. Um, Ryan says, I think I would go with Days of Our Lives because I know and like several other characters there. Okay, that's what's up. I feel like she did. Okay. All right, well, thank you, Ryan. But, oh, that's interesting, Ryan. I feel like that's most people's answers if they had extra time, they would sit there and watch Days of Our Lives, which is a great show, by the way. Alice, yeah, Sonny did kill a lot of people. Alan says after she shot him, Carly was sent to prison. Alicia says Ava set up AJ. Oh, Ava said Ava said AJ up. Sonny killed him, which he wanted to do anyway, but Ava manipulated the situation, and yet she kept her hands clean. Okay, LaShawn says that girl is that one. Yes, one of Professor Dalton's dogs. That that girl is that one of Professor. Aaron says sand like sand through the hourglass, saw the days of our lives. My college jam with GH. You know, I will sit there and say this much. Again, people are annoyed about Drew. They're siding with Michael. They hate Willow, right? But there was one point where they were all boring as shit, right? They were all boring as shit. Willow and Michael were just like, for me, the worst part of General Hospital because they weren't terrible characters. They were just boring to watch. And when Drew came back, when what is his name? Cameron played Drew. Makes sense, Allison. Makes sense. I know you do not want to sit there and get another streaming service. Yeah, they were boring. But see, now they went from boring, but now they went from boring to I can't stand Willow and Drew. I'm rooting for Michael, which is good because they finally gave him a story and practically woke up his character. That's the number of all my children. But I don't know. Sometimes it's like they went from boring to storylines that people are talking about them. Aaron says yes. Now they are front burner drama. Exactly. So it's like, but see, that's the thing about Allison. Before she was boring, right? She was boring and no one really cared. Now people care and they're calling her names. They're rooting against her. You know, so I'm like, I also sit there and try to look at it from that point of view instead of just being like, you know, like I said, you can't always necessarily please everyone, right? No, no, but I get it though, right? I get it. Lisa says, I like that Drew is shaking up things. Exactly. Because that's how messy characters roll. You know? Messy characters, you know, and that's why I like Bill on Beyond the Games. Because he's a messy character. Right? He shakes things up. Um, that's why people like Phyllis on The Young and the Restless, because she's a messy character and she shakes things up. You know? Even when Billy was sitting there acting like a jackass, with Victor. Exactly, Ariana. Oh no, right. It's just I'm trying to like keep up with all the comments, and I feel like I feel like I actually had two drinks. I feel like I only had one, and I don't only had one. I feel like I had two. But to be fair, yeah, I enjoyed it. Well, LaShawn, what's even more important is that they don't have bodyguards. They have no security. No security for rich people. They have no security. I don't understand how that works. I don't get it. But in the stream here, yeah, no, I think I'm in the stream here. I do have some stuff to do at some point in the morning, and I don't want to literally sleep the day away. So I have to take care of some stuff before the afternoon. But I do want to thank everyone for joining though. Have a lot of fun. I appreciate y'all patience. I know I haven't streamed in a couple of days. Thank you for coming out on a Friday and hanging out with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Members, I will see y'all tomorrow. If you're not a member, make sure you join. Okay? I got some fun plans coming out for the streams, and hopefully, if it works out, a video or a video series. But yes, have a good night, Ryan. Have a good night, Island. Have a good night, Ariana. Have a good night, Allison. Have a good night, Blackmon. Have a good night, Queen Jess. Have a good night, Alicia. Have a good night, LaShawn. I said Blackmon, right? Have a good night, Blackmon. Yes, have a good night, Rosemary. Have a good night, Island. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Alicia, they're making being messy is a good thing. Yes, have a good night, Alicia. It was great to see you. Like I said, if you're not a member, make sure you click on any one of my videos, go into the description box, and you can join, which is going to be fun for the weekends, trust me. Yes, have a good night, everyone, and I will see you at the next stream. Members, I will sit there and see you tomorrow. And thank you, Ariana. Yes, make sure you hit the like button and also share, because that's how I'm seeing more people in the streams. Um, People are discovering the channel more, and that really does help. So hit that goddamn like button, please. Have a night, LaShawn. Thank you for joining. Yes, it was great to see you, Alicia. And thank you always, Ariana, for just being awesome, being a member, and just really supporting the channel. Seriously, thank you. All right, everyone else, you know who you are. Members, I will see y'all tomorrow, and everybody else, I'll sit there and see y'all Monday. Laters.